The knocking had stopped 20 minutes ago. But the footprints in the snow, the ones that came up to my door and never left, were already filling in. Fresh powder, like they'd never been there at all. Except, I knew what I saw, and I knew no one had walked away. This happened in February of 2019. I was staying at my uncle's cabin about 40 miles outside of Marquette, Michigan. He'd offered it to me for the week while he was in Florida. Said it would be good for me, quiet. I was going through a divorce and hadn't slept properly in months. The first 2 days were fine, cold, but manageable. I kept the wood stove going, read books I'd been putting off for years, and didn't check my phone once. The third night, the storm rolled in. By 9, visibility was down to maybe 10 feet. The wind wasn't gusting, it was constant. A low, steady pressure against the walls that made the whole cabin feel like it was leaning. Around 11, I heard an engine. Faint. Somewhere down the access road. Then headlights. Just a glow through the trees diffused by snow, moving slowly. I watched from the window as the lights stopped. Maybe 200 yards out, where the road curves before the final stretch to the cabin. They didn't move. 5 minutes. Then 10. I told myself it was someone lost, maybe turning around. But the lights stayed exactly where they were. I put on my coat and boots and stepped onto the porch. The snow was already up to my shins. I couldn't see the vehicle itself, only that pale yellow glow, pointed vaguely toward the cabin. I called out. The wind swallowed everything. After a while, I went back inside, locked the door, watched from the window. At some point, I don't know when, the lights went out. Not like they drove away, just off, like someone had flipped a switch. I didn't sleep. I sat by the stove with a kitchen knife on the armrest and watched the tree line until morning. When the sun came up, I walked out to where I'd seen the lights. The snow had filled in most of the road, but I found the spot. I'm sure of it. There were no tire tracks. No sign a vehicle had ever been there. I left that afternoon. Told my uncle the heater was acting up. I never told him what I saw. Sometimes I think the worst stories are the ones where nothing actually happens, where you're just left with the feeling that something should have. I'm a mail carrier in rural Vermont. I've been on the same route for 11 years. Out here, you get to know patterns more than people. There's a house at the end of Tolland Hill Road. Old farmhouse, white siding, green shutters. A woman named Mrs. Parrish lived there alone. She didn't talk much, but she'd wave from the second floor window most days. Last January, we got hit hard. Nearly 2 feet overnight, then more by morning. I almost didn't make it up the hill, but I was worried about her. When I pulled up to her mailbox, I noticed the porch light was on. Middle of the day, but the sky was so gray it almost made sense. Then I saw her. She was standing at the window. Same place as always. Just standing there, looking out at the snow. I waved, she didn't wave back. The next day, same thing, same window, same position. On the third day, I decided to knock. I trudged up to the porch and knocked 3 times, no answer. I looked up at the window. She was there, but this time, she was looking down at me. Her face looked pale, almost gray. I called the sheriff's office when I got back to town, asked them to check on her. They found her in the kitchen. She'd been gone for a while. I've driven past that house hundreds of times since. The curtains are always drawn now, but sometimes, when the light hits just right, I still see the shape of someone standing there, watching the road. I don't wave on that stretch anymore. Two winters ago, my girlfriend and I got stranded on Route 28 between Indian Lake and Blue Mountain. Our car slid into a ditch during a whiteout. No cell service. It was around 4 in the afternoon, but the sky was already dark. We decided to walk. There was a motel a couple miles back. We'd passed it earlier. It felt safer than staying in the car. The snow was coming down sideways. We held hands and followed the guardrail. After a while, we saw a house set back from the road. Porch light on, smoke coming from the chimney. The driveway was untouched, no footprints, no tire tracks. I knocked, no answer. My girlfriend leaned close and whispered, "There's someone in there." I looked through the side window. I could see a fireplace burning in the back room. And between us and the fire, just a shape, standing still. I knocked again, harder. The shape didn't move. Then the porch light turned off. We left, didn't run, just walked fast and didn't look back. The next day, when we drove past to retrieve the car, the house was dark. No smoke, no sign anyone had been there. The tow truck driver said the place had been empty for years. I didn't tell him about the light, or the shape standing in the dark, waiting.